Hello, learners. Welcome to Setu Gurukul. This is going to be the first video of our series, Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo, which is basically a journey through combinatorics or counting principle, permutation combination, whatever you want to call it as. We are going to try and order our video in gradual increasing level of complexity with the simplest ideas first and the more complex ones later on, naturally. I'm going to try and keep it as organic for you people as possible. Let me know whatever feedback you want in the comments below. So, our idea of discussion today is the and or story. Let's see. Imagine we have a situation over here, and it is so that a person needs to travel from USA to India, but hypothetically, because of the mathematical need for us right now, we consider that there is no direct flight between the USA and India. So if the person has to travel all the way, the only way he can is via Dubai. And in this entire setup, he has four flights, the option of four different flights, which can take him from USA to Dubai, and three different flights, which can take him from Dubai to India. The question stands here that therefore, what is the total number of flights the person, or what is the total number of pathways the person can take from USA to reach India? Now, see, one way we can obviously do this is by discrete counting, the most trivial way to do it, right? You go around doing 1A, 2A, 3A, so on and so forth, right? Let's try and see that how that ends up. So let's say we have option 1A. So he takes flight number one from USA to Dubai and flight A from Dubai to India. So that results in his pathway, which is 1A. He may also take 1B, 1C, similarly 2A, 2B, 2C, 3A, 3B, 3C, 4A, 4B, 4C, right? That's a very simple way of listing it out. Now, just learning to list out would not serve our purpose because there can be more complex situations we are required to handle. There might be more numbers of options, there might be a vast number of differentiation. Like over here, there's just from USA to Dubai and Dubai to India, so two tasks. But there might be more than two tasks. So, for all of that, to be prepared with all of that, it is necessary that we try and understand this in perspective of counting principle, right? So, what do we see? That there's four options of flight from USA to Dubai, right? And three options of flight from Dubai to India. This person is going to take a flight from USA to Dubai and a flight from Dubai to India. So, what I'm trying to hint at is that in terms of combinatorics, this is a situation of and, where you need to do a task A and a task B, right? And what is happening over here? Just see. For every option that you have in task A, there are three options in task B. So for flight one from USA to Dubai, you have flight A, flight B, and flight C from Dubai to India. Similarly, for flight two from USA to Dubai, you have flight A, flight B, flight C again from Dubai to India. So every option in task A has three options in task B, right? So altogether, four options of task A would have 3 into 4, which is 12 total options or 12 total pathways to complete this entire task. And if you just go by the discrete counting, you can even notice here that 1A, 1B, 1C, so on and so forth, there in fact is just 12 options to complete the task. Now, let me consolidate all of that for you. So, what are we dealing with? We are dealing with, in terms of combinatorics, a situation of and. What is our question over here? What is our setup over here? That a person has to travel from USA to Dubai, has four options of flight from there, and from Dubai to India has three options of flights in this. So, the and scenario is characterized by the fact that there is more than one task, more than one situation that you need to attend to. But most importantly, both of those or all of those situations are not conflicting in terms of time or space. That is, they are happening not at the same time, not in the same space. So you really don't need to worry that doing one of the tasks would make you miss out on another, right? Like when you're taking a flight from USA to Dubai, you have to reach Dubai and take a flight from Dubai to India. So you're not taking both the flights at the same time. The entire scenario is not happening in the same space, that you are not, that it's not feasible for you to be present in both the places, right? So an and situation, again, what does it characterize? Like what characterizes an and situation? A situation where you have multiple tasks which are not conflicting in terms of time or in terms of space. So you can do them one after the other or one place and in another in different points of time, right? The purpose is that you have to do both or all of the tasks that are given in front of you. So this is a scenario of and in terms of counting logic, as we saw, what does and result in? And results in a multiplication. Why? Because the first scenario, let us say, that has X number of options. The second one will have Y. Let's say there's a third one that has Z number of options. So every option here has another Y number of options here, has Z number of options here, right? Like what happened over here? Four options here and three options here, right? So every option in the left hand side has three options on the right. So altogether, you have 4 times 3, 12 options. Let us imagine the person had to go up somewhere more from here, and there was 5 flights over here that took him to somewhere, maybe the Maldives. All right. So every flight over here would have three options over here, and every option here would have had five more options over here, right? Let me just simplify this for you. Let us say this was task A. Point A to B had 4 flights, B to C had 3 flights, and C to D had 2, 3, 4, 5 options. So again, this is a scenario of and. You take a flight from A to B, and then from B to C, and then from C to D. So let's imagine flight 1, which is one option in the first, has, let's say, one option A in the second, has, let's say, one option Roman 1 in the third, right? So flight 1A will have a total of 3, 4, 5 options altogether. So 1A itself will have 1A1, 1A2, 1A3, 1A4, and 1A5, right? Similarly, 1B would have 5 options again. So, what basically is my point, that all the 12 options that we saw in the first scenario, each of the 12 options will again have 5 options in themselves for C to D, right? So, when you introduce a third and scenario to that, when you introduce a third task in the form of an and scenario, it again multiplies itself to form 12 into 5, which is 60 different ways, right? So, that is the fundamental of an and scenario, where your tasks are not conflicting in terms of time or space. You perform one after the other, and therefore you have, multiplicatively increasing number of options. So I hope why and is associated to multiplication is clear to us for now. We are going to look into the next scenario, which is the scenario of or. Let us imagine this same person travels, this time from Delhi to Mumbai. And he has four options of flight that might take him from Delhi to Mumbai, or three options A, B, C of trains, which might also take him from Delhi to Mumbai. Now, the point is, if I now ask you how many pathways can the man altogether choose for his travel, is the option still going to be three times for here? Does every option that he has of flight leave him the option for trains from Delhi to Mumbai? Not at all so. Over here, we are encountering a situation which has a conflict with respect to time and has a conflict with respect to space. So when you are traveling from Delhi to Mumbai by a flight, it automatically, you know, tells that you are not opting for the train, and it is practically not feasible for you to be on the flight and in the train at the same time, right? So over here, both the broad categories that you have are conflicting, as I keep saying, in terms of time. They're happening in the same time frame. Like if you go from Delhi to Mumbai by a flight, you have to take this train in the same time frame, right? Your action time frame remains the same. The space of action, you're traveling from Delhi to Mumbai, there's no different space of action that is going to follow up after this, right? It's the same space of action, it is the same time of action. So, this conflict is what is defined as the or scenario, where you need to eliminate a choice in order to choose another. So, if you choose the flight, you eliminate the train, and vice versa. If you're choosing the train, you automatically eliminate the flight, right? So, if we think in terms of our common sense here, what is happening? How many options do you have? You can go in the four flights, so that's four options, or three more options you have, which is seven options. In terms of our common sense, we can find that out. We can, intuitively see that. So what we need to relate is that an or scenario in counting principle results in an addition. So an or scenario results in an addition. Contrary to what we saw over here, an and scenario results in what? A multiplication, right? So the and scenario, non-conflicting time, non-conflicting space, resulting in a multiplication. The or scenario has conflicting time and conflicting space, results in an addition. This basic arithmetic operations and relating it to the kind of scenarios they emerge from forms the very basic of combinatorics, of permutation combination or counting principle. I hope that's clear for us. I'm going to look up two more examples along with you. So let's go through them. I hope that is going to just refine our understanding. So the question goes like, from a table containing 10 different chocolates and 12 different soft drinks, a child is asked to choose one chocolate and one soft drink. So imagine this is the table one that has 10 chocolates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And imagine this is the table 2, which has 12 different varieties of soft drinks. So let's say that's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. The child is asked to choose a chocolate and a soft drink. So very carefully, we need to observe first what situation emerges the problem in. Is it an and scenario that emerges out of this situation, or is it an or scenario? This clearly is an and scenario. So every choice that the child makes on table one will open up 12 choices for him or her in the table 2, and together that will form 10 choices here and 12 choices here. So 10 times 12, which is 120 choices, right? You can verify that if you want by going, uh, one by one. So 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D, so on and so forth, 2A, 2B, so on and so forth, up to 10A, 10B, 10C. So all of that, if you want, just for verification, just for an assertive understanding, you can try to list that out. I'm not doing that right here. But this is what an example of an OR situation. And how do we tackle it? By a multiplication. Similarly, if I just change or modify the question a little bit, it says that in a similar scenario as the last, it still has 10 different varieties of chocolates and 12 different varieties of soft drinks. But what is the need here? That the child is now asked to choose either a chocolate or a soft drink. So this is what? An OR scenario, right? What is the number of options? So again, you have table 1, which had all those 10 elements, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And table 2, which is all those 12 elements or 12 soft drinks. So A, B, C, and D, E, F, G, and H, I, J, K, and L. We're good? What changes is the direction, the command given out to the child. Last time they had to choose one chocolate and a soft drink. This time they have to make a choice between either a chocolate or a soft drink. So clearly the child has 10 options among chocolates, 12 options among soft drinks. And because this is an or scenario, intuitively that would result in what? An addition. So the child would have a total of 22 options. What are the 22 options? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. Right? So that is what the practical application of an OR scenario and an AND scenario would look like. That forms the very basis of our required knowledge of counting principles. So that is going to be all for this video. I'll see you in the next one with the further topics. Thank you.